5 here and go to the armpit of America here. The MetLife of itself, the New York Jets, were in 2024. They had a lot of high hopes. Aaron Rodgers coming off the Achilles tear. They had to keep him upright. They acquire a bunch of players, including Hall of Famer Tyron Smith. Looked pretty good through the first couple of weeks, 2-1, and then the wheels fell off the wagon, and a bad loss to the Broncos, followed by another bad loss to the Vikings in the UK. Saleh gets fired. Rodgers goes off about the red line. Devontae Adams comes in at one point. Woody Johnson's kids making trades for the team. Joe Douglas gets fired. And then, it kind of all falls apart. But there is some good parts for this team. Pictured right there, the new highest paid corner in the league, Sauce Gardner, who just signed the deal just the other day, $30.1 million on average. So there is some bright spots here for the New York Jets as we move forward in the post-Aaron Rodgers experiment. And now, 31 years later, Aaron Glenn returns, and he's a first-time head coach here for the New York Jets with Darren Mogi, something like that, to lead this team in a maybe different direction. On the offense here, Aaron Rodgers moves on. Justin Fields comes in, who did play really good for 4 games that he did start for the Steelers last season. Tyrod Taylor still the backup quarterback. They try to solidify the rest of this offensive line, drafting Membu out of Mizzou. This offensive line looks as good as it's ever been, probably in the last 16 years. You got to go back all the way to 2009, 2010. Jason Taylor's kid, he's the tight end for the New York Jets, Mason Taylor. They also revamped the receiving core here. Josh Reynolds and Tyler Johnson for the receiving core there. I got a whole lot of nothing else. I kind of want to give a lot of credit there for the offensive line because on paper it could be really, really good. They haven't had that since the era of DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Nick Mangold, Alan Faneca, Brian Moore, Damian Woody, which was a stellar offensive line. So if they could probably live up just underneath them, they could be keeping this potential triple option alive with this backfield, including Breece Hall, Andrew Beck, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, and also Donovan Edwards. Can Donovan Edwards make the team? Really fell out of the sights of everyone last year, but that is my discussion of this offense.
That's really all you got?
That's really all I got. I mean, I don't got anything. This isn't Aaron Rodgers. I mean, listen, I was a lot more excited for it, but listen, you bring in Justin Fields. You look at how this whole thing works. Rodgers got Devontae Adams, and it looked like nothing changed. They looked like they played with each other for a decade, and they were separated for 3 years. Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson rejoin after being apart for 4 years, ever since Ohio State. So they played together for 2 years, 2019 and 2020, which they ended up winning a national championship in. So it looks like it's on the up there for the Jets. Maybe that's what Fields needs, just a guy that he really knows personally, and he could throw him the ball, and he knows that his guy's going to go out and make the catch.
Breece had a good game, a good year last year, right?
I think it was just short of 1,000 yards.
Oh.
He was dealing with some knee stuff, so, I don't know. He didn't play upwards to what he did in 2023, but he, I think it was a couple yards short of 1,000. But Garrett broke 1,000 yards for like the 3rd straight season.
See, as much as I like Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, and I liked Mason Taylor before the draft. It's like I cannot get excited for like more than 8 wins for a Justin Fields team.
I'm gonna be honest with you. How many wins did the Jets have last season?
5.
And
it can't be. Yeah.
Rodgers threw 28 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it was just this.
Listen, once they fired the coach, it was just over there because what's his face wasn't he didn't give up defensive play calling just to be the interim guy as the interim head coach. Yeah. So he was trying to take on 2 jobs at once, and if you're not really trained for that, then it's kind of you're in for a bad time.
I have a hard time
when you should pizza when you French fry.
I have a hard time genuinely justifying that this offense puts up 28 passing touchdowns. I
think it could put up 28 touchdowns.
Okay.
They might be rushing touchdowns, but I don't think it's going to be 28 passing touchdowns. It's going to be
I just have a hard time saying that this is a better offense than last year.
I just see. Here's the thing: is like because of Justin Fields, like he's never won more than 5 games, and he's had full years starting, and he's had these stretches where he looks good, and these stretches where he looks just like, how are you in the NFL? It's like, which one are we gonna get? And I'm not doing this whole thing with this division anymore. Like, I'm just gonna assume you're all bad.
I really feel like this is such a bridge year for the Jets. I mean, like you said, the offensive line is there. I think run game should be great. Game should be fantastic. And if Brees is 100% healthy and good and back to what we saw like 2 years ago, he should be putting up 1,500 yards and be rushing for 10 or so touchdowns. That should be awesome. But I don't know how competitive the offense is going to be if they're behind, if they need to pass so much. If Justin Fields had great stretches, like really great stretches. And I think you have the threat of him rushing and scrambling as well. And he did a decent job with that for Chicago. I don't know. I feel like this is such a bridge year where the offense is potentially I really have a hard time. First of all, Aaron Rodgers threw 28 touchdowns last year, and it felt like they were shit. I don't curse on here.
Because it wasn't like Rodgers did as much as he could, but like once you get rid of the head coach and all that stuff, like the team was just going to implode right from there.
I agree. But I don't think that the talent that was there last year is here this year, at least in the passing game. I don't know. I really have a hard time saying that it's improvement from last year, but I think it's better set up for a future. Plug in a few good guys, especially that passing offense, and the rushing offense should be so established from this year to next. So we'll see. I mean, it's kind of where I sit with the Patriots, where it's like, all right, some groundwork may be laid, but I don't think this is like, hey, playoffs are in the sights, you know?
Oh, and here's the best part about the Fields contract. Okay, it's a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Most of it's guaranteed in just year one. If he plays like shit, I mean, hey, you could be in the area to draft a quarterback and you just, chop him off and have very minimal dead money. So that's like the only good part about his contract. But if he plays good, then you're kind of screwing yourself because it's like, okay, now he's going to want to get paid, something for what he's done.
Well, you know what's going to happen, right? Fields has a field year where he's not good. You guys are in a position to draft a quarterback, and Arch stays in school.
Hey, it was not the first time since a Manning person with the last name of Manning wanted to evade the Jets. It'll be like 30. I think it's like 30 years. What was it? They had the first pick in '96. He evaded them. Yeah, 30 years.
Yeah, I again, like you said, that contract's set up to be a bridge thing. Like it's
like if he plays good, then hey, all to it. Then hey, you could get him to an extension, maybe see a little bit more out of him. But if it's not, then hey, you just axe him and cut your ties and try to find the next guy.
Yeah,
obviously first time head coach, first time GM, trying to just go through the waters. But listen, hey, when a team signs a fullback in the offseason, like Andrew Beck, I mean, you're gonna be running that ball. This is gonna probably be up there if they can succeed on offense. Probably a top 10 rushing team in this league.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's going to be very established, especially after the season. And I think it's a bridge year for the passing offense. And maybe next year you can plug some dudes in and have a very complete offense. We'll see. Historically, the pattern goes for a New York football franchise. Probably
Shit.
But, it's set up. And that's what matters right now. That's as much as you can do.
Let's head over to the defensive side of the ball where they did make some moves. Andre Sisco, he returns to New Jersey where he grew up in his youthful years. Brandon Stevens, maybe an overpaid contract, but if he plays good, it'll be a very valuable contract. Thomas from Florida State was a big steal for the Jets in the 3rd round. Derek Nandi, they stole from the Chiefs. But you still have the key guys there. Will McDonald had a very good year for year number 2. Jermaine Johnson, unfortunately, tore the Achilles very early into the campaign last year. They were missing a edge guy. Quincy Williams, he returns for another year. CJ Mosley, I think, ended up retiring. So very big shoes to fill for Jermaine Sherwood, who has a lot of hype behind him, especially with this coaching staff. But yeah, DJ Reed, he goes to Detroit to replace Carlton Davis, who went to the Patriots. So it's just a big send-off rotation of people going around the Northeast. But yeah, what are we thinking with this one?
I mean, when it comes to the Jets, I always trust their defense will be good enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just like it's this. What happens first? Does Brand Stevens make more money or have more holding penalty yards?
He might get more cooked yards. I'll put it on the cooked.
Like, oh man, like it's just the Jets are the Jets, and they just keep doing the same Jets things. It's just like I don't want to. I don't want to be mean, but
The goddamn Jets.
But
it's like, how have you guys not seen the same? It's like the Bears and these
Listen, this stadium's built on an Indian burial ground. I'm gonna say it until I die. Okay, like that's just this team. Like,
they
listen,
just keep doing the same things over and over, expecting different results. It's like the Bears. It's like they do all the hiring and firing in the wrong cycle. The Jets, it's like have a defense that's too good to make your team bad enough to get a quarterback, and then you put weapons on and still never have a quarterback. And then even when you draft the wrong one.
or you trade away the one because one of your best friends is a CEO of a airplane company, and you want to get his boy drafted pretty high in the draft. I'm not pointing fingers or anything. Okay, I'm not. I'm not.
I'm just trying to poke Will until he like snaps and just loses it right now in the segment.
Listen, I think this defense could be really good. I don't think it's a middle of the road. I think it's like a higher middle, if that makes sense. I think it could be around like a 12 or 11 ranked
That's my point.
defense.
It's like they're going to be good enough to win too many games.
Or they could still be good enough to run the football, which they probably will have to do with this team somehow, some way.
You guys had a great defense last year too, no?
The defense was good, but it did fall apart after Shala got fired, and the guy that they had filling in as interim was trying to, he was spread thin between what he was doing. So
yeah, but like I fully expect Aaron Glenn to bring it back to what it was.
Yeah,
I think Aaron Glenn is a Parcells guy. When the Jets were hiring a guy, Bill Parcells said you should go and interview Aaron Glenn, which was one of his guys when he was the Jets head coach back in the mid to late 90s. So
I think it'll be a competent defense. It'll compete. It'll do, it's. I don't know.
He could bring in some winning ways from Detroit, maybe something that Dan Campbell taught him, gnawing off a femur and a shin bone.
Could be a tough defense. It really could, like that. Yeah.
I love the angry defensive minded coach. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Fangio, Campbell.
1,000%.
Like just the old curmudgeons that are angry and aggressive. Like, again, Salah was one of those guys. He was scary when he was on the Niners.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be scary again on the Niners this season. But this is their schedule. Those first 3 weeks are going to be absolutely brutal for the Jets, having to play Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, and then you play the Bills at home, which they play really good against, and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I don't even know the last time they won in Tampa. I think it's like 2009. So having to go back-to-back in Florida is going to be pretty rough. 3 home games stand, but the middle game is in London, so you got to go away to come back home. Not even sure the last time they won in Cincinnati. I think that's another 2009. I'm going to just stamp it. I think this is a 6-win team, and I think it could shift 3 wins in either side.
That's not awful.
I say 6 wins. Maybe it could go up to 9, or it could go down to 3. That's like 6, middle of the road.
So we didn't say this a second ago when we were talking Patriots, but remember when I had that website up that kind of said the projected wins, losses, and odds and stuff based on sports betting books and all that stuff, right? Okay, So I'll say the Jets first, and then we'll regroup with the Patriots for a second. But The Jets, like you said, 6 wins. They're projected 6.1 wins. So there you go. That's, I mean, right on par with what you said. And 13% at playoffs.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
There is a 0.1% to make to win the Super Bowl. So you got that going.
There's a chance. I'm getting gaslit so much right now.
He's gonna put the bet slip in today.
That is the worst percent chance for the Super Bowl. Tied with
there's no team with 0, like just like a 0-0.
There's never the season hasn't started yet.
You're telling me the Browns have a better chance?
No, tied chance. They have the same chance.
The Colts have the same odds too?
Colts? No, the Colts? No, not even a little bit. Actually, Colts are 25th. Yeah.
They got like what, 0.6?
0.7. You were close. That was good.
Jesus. But yeah, I think this is a 6-win team.
Yeah, well,